Wherever you are watching in the world, Shaun Driver, Brendan in the background on the side of the screen with me, and we're here for a neutral watch along for those of you who haven't been here before, Wrexham fans, and obviously this game important to Wrexham. So we're up at 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock in the morning, respectively, to bang the cobwebs out and soak this one in, and hopefully get the result that we're hoping for, because we have our own interests. Brendan, how the hell are you early this morning?
I am good. Surprisingly not exhausted. Hopefully I'll have this same alertness come tomorrow when Wrexham are playing Coventry. So
30 minutes earlier. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. Like, we'll see. Two of these in a row on a weekend. I hope nobody needs me to function on the weekend. I'm just the joy of being late to wake up. Painful because I'm scrambling to get everything all set up. But big news all over the place as far as rosters lineups go for this. Big news, and I don't have anybody in the chat. Well, I haven't brought it up yet, so I got to bring my chat up so I can see who's all pulled their themselves out of bed to get to this one.
Can I interrupt you for a second, Shaun? Everything was good. Remember, you ran out of the room for a moment and you came back and put your headset back on. Since then, your audio doesn't match your video. Both are fine. You look good and the audio's good. It's just like they're not synced, which is really weird. But I don't know that we should fool around too much with it.
Yeah, I don't want to do much. That's weird because I didn't turn anything on or off. As I watch on the screen here, I see that I'm a little bit delayed coming to you. So this is on my wife's computer issue. So let me just see what's going on in the background here. And I can tinker with some stuff without jumping out of the box. So we'll see if I could figure that one out. I'll crash some things that are not important, and hopefully that remedies some of the problems. Lots to talk about as far as outcome with the Middlesbrough win. We're fifth place is out of the equation. There was a period of time prior to Tuesday that if results went our way, there was a chance that we could have jumped up. It's crazy this run is, because we can win both games and still not get in. We can lose both games and still make the playoffs. Really, what matters is, 1 point by either Hull City or Wrexham and Norwich is out. 1 win by Hull City or Wrexham and Derby County is out. And when you look at Hull City versus us, it's who gets more points in the last 2 games, and if you're tied, can they overcome a 2-goal difference? That's it. The math is pretty simple. It's all prescribed. I don't know, for you looking up ahead, are we getting so picky that we're going to have a look at what Middlesbrough and Southampton and Ipswich and Millwall do to find out? Because we will be playing the third place team. Do we care, or do we just say, let's go after 2 points here, get us in the frickin' door, and we'll battle it all out otherwise?
For me, I don't care who we play in the playoffs. Like, just being in the playoffs is pretty great. I don't know that we have a team that is a particular matchup nightmare for us. I would say you probably want to play the team that's not hot, right? But other than that, I don't think it matters particularly. You could say, oh, look, we've beat Ipswich a couple times. We've got their number. We know how to play them. But beating a team that good that many times, it almost feels more difficult, right? So I'm glad that we wouldn't be playing Southampton, I guess, because they seem the most hot. But other than that, not relevant to me.
We can jump through the lineup. I think the only thing I've got left on my ability here to try to improve my slight lag time that's happening, which is new and unexpected. And the only thing that changed is I logged in finally to the game, because Hull City, by the way, I was happy. I wanted to listen to them just because, not because I want to support Hull City and throw them, but I wanted to watch and hear their broadcasters, because I thought that they'd have more conversation about relevant to Wrexham. What a gong show their website is. I had to hunt for the actual link. You finally find the link. You go through their long registration process, but then it wouldn't let me buy the pass anyway. So they clearly don't want anything to do with me or people who would like to give them money generally. So I'm listening to the Charlton Athletic website. Good news for us, the broadcasters immediately. A crucial game for Charlton, they describe it. Charlton needs 1 point to mathematically secure another season in the championship. So they say for them it's crucial, and they don't even need to get a point. They just need to see Oxford United not get 6 in order to secure them. And they've got the goal differential. So, I mean, I guess for Oxford United to win both and Charlton to lose both, at worst they'd be in a tie. So, I guess for them, hopefully they see this as legitimately crucial. See, I want Southampton in Wembley. I'm probably the only person. I don't think anybody else has called for it. I want Southampton in Wembley because I think it just fits the documentary so well. If we're winning that game, if we have Southampton in Wembley, we're winning that game. The football gods will make it so. Anyway, just let me see if I can log in here to the live stream on my phone, and I'll watch it on the TV if I can get it all going.
Which lineup do you want up?
It doesn't matter to me, really. Have I looked at, I'll remember some familiar faces, one in particular that we've already talked about. But I'm just going to shut this off, and maybe it's the Charlton Athletic stream that's causing me so many problems. But let's go Hull with the reverse jinx. Got it all fired up. We'll see if that improves things on my end. It didn't seem to, did it?
How many seasons of this show are we going to watch before you...
Which one did you bring up first?
I didn't choose. I was waiting for you to lead.
Well, let's go with the one that matters, because we're all Addicks fans. Let's go with Charlton Athletic.
All righty.
And the big news there, and let's just cut to the quick. Go halfway down the page, and you'll see number 15. Number 15 in your program, number 1 in your heart today, Connor Cody, getting his 4th start since joining the Addicks. He was last played on the 18th in the 1-1 draw, played a full 90 minutes in that one. He has only seen 5 games, and one of them doesn't really count. 1 minute at the end of the match in a 1-0 win over Birmingham City. The good news for him, the team 2 wins, 3 draws, and 0 losses when he's in the lineup. And so maybe he's Agent Cody out there to eke us out points and can try and get it done for us.
We trade him away, and we still are relying on his defense.
There you go. Lloyd Jones, stalwart defensively there. Kaminsky, he's the regular goalkeeper. You look at their goals, you're looking for Sonny Carey. He's in the lineup. And so, they're treating this like it matters. Kelman's second leading scorer out there with him. I'm just trying to find players that don't ring a bell, and the one that jumped out was Nibbs. Harvey Nibbs, 24 years of age, midfielder, only his 6th start of the season. But you kind of go up and down that lineup. And Fevrier, I've heard, but interestingly enough, why has he only had 3 starts? I'll have to look up why. I think I know Jaden Fevrier, because this is only his 3rd start. So we'll see how that's 2 midfielders with a little bit less experience. Doherty wearing the captain's armband. He's been a regular for them, 31 starts. This will be his 32nd. And so they've got their lineup fully out there. And young supporters today can win an autographed Connor Cody in form FC 26 card in Valley Central ahead of today's fixture. How amazing is that? Cody featuring everywhere, and watch him have an epic performance in front of Kaminsky, and we'll hope for that one. Any thoughts on there? Do any names jump out for you that you've seen, like as far as the goal scorers? And I mean, it's not a bad season. End up with 8 goals for Sonny Carey. It's not Josh Windass 15. I think it's 6 in a row for him. Anybody jump out for you on there, Brendan?
No, I mean, I recognize some of the names, some decent players there. Nothing jumps off the page for me.
Do you think that put yourself into Connor Cody's situation? Do you think that his relationship and with Wrexham gives him some added motivation, or is this just? I mean, he's an experienced veteran. He knows that preserving them from relegation is
maybe it gives him something else to think about. But I mean, I'm guessing that he always wants to show well. He always wants to do well every time he steps on the pitch. I never questioned his heart when he was here. It was, I just don't think he was is quick enough. So depending on how your defense is, if you're leaving him on an island, you're in trouble. So.
Yeah, I don't know why. Probably because I went to the whole city Twitter to bring up the graphic, and I can't get. I couldn't get the current lineup. Did they have a different Twitter than I thought? No, there we go. Okay, I got it now. So I'll bring that one up and bring up the FB ref. Liam Miller. That's the go-to name for me, and he's featuring. It's like they're rubbing it in. It's like the assholes are rubbing it in. Of all 11 people, and you've got to go back to Liam Miller. I say this again. There is only one player that plays for Canada's national team who I do not like, and it is Liam Miller. And that's been true before the season starts. I found him lazy defensively. And then since I've been criticizing him, he had probably one of the most epic defensive stops that has happened in international football in the last decade. And I'm not overstating that. If you want to see insanity, do a YouTube search of Liam Miller from the last international window during a friendly, just completely out of nowhere, straight full hustle. And then he goes out, he's been scoring goals and doing all sorts of things. Every time I criticize it, and I've been a little bit hard on Kyle. I love Kyle Laren, but I also thought the writing was on the wall with him. He goes to Southampton and he lights it up. As soon as I start to question whether he's getting too, so maybe I need to shut up and just say Liam Miller, outstanding footballer, nothing but hard work and dedication to club and country, all the skills that you'd expect of, call him the Wayne Gretzky of football. Anyway, he's in the lineup. McBurney, he's the goal scorer. He's going to be out there. 15 goals so far this year. Gellard, he's got 14. He's in the lineup. Pander, he's their starting goalkeeper. They're throwing everybody at it. As far as their back line, we've seen there are a lot of teams where when I see their names and I go, oh yeah. And I mean, whole city's taken it to us twice. But I still, when I look at their lineup and I look at Coyle, and I look at who's there, nothing jumps out. Yeah, nothing jumps out. Do you know what I mean? It's not that I've been as impressed, but here they are, tied with us on points. I go through their lineup and ours, and I still scratch my head as to how the results have gone the way they have as against Hull City, and how they're still in it. To be fair, I expected them to fall down further, but a credit to them, not what I expected. But all in all, one of the most impressive football sides I've ever seen, and especially this season. They deserve all the credit that they deserve. I fully expect
them up. Do your Shaun.
Charlton. This isn't going to be much of a football game. I don't expect Charlton to have any answers for the pace of Liam Miller down the left-hand side and the firepower that Gellhard and McBurney bring. How's that?
There you go. That's what we needed. Full sell.
It's over. It's over. No.
Full commit on the jinx.
Hey Kim, how are you? Well, and that's true. I haven't looked at their form over the last 6, but you can go to the championship, like the website that has the Google sites and all that have the last 5 games. But they
Hull's last 5: draw, loss, draw.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna go last 6 games, last 10 games, and see what I can pull. Last 6 games from. So interestingly, we're 8th in the last 6, 3 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. And you go down to Hull City and they are 1 win, 4 draws, 1 loss. You go over their last 10 and they are 17th. 17th in the league over their last 10, 2 wins, 4 draws, 4 losses. The teams that are below them in performance out of the 17th, Hull, Leicester, Charlton, Bristol City, Watford, Stoke, Preston, and Sheffield Wednesday. Wrexham, by the way, 8th, 5 wins, 1 draw, 4 losses. So, yeah, Stephen, I don't expect them to choke under pressure. I think that they'll be impeccable, mistake-free. And God, I'm just lathering it on now. 7 minutes until we start. I've got to put the game. I can. Sam Cruz, long time no see, my friend. How you been? I guess the time in Oz, what is it, 11:30, rolling 2? I guess in Sydney. Nice to see you. Has my video improved at all with you?
I've been bounced.
Am I still a little laggy? I'm laggy.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So I apologize for that. We'll figure it out. Or we won't. It's just odd because it was working so perfectly, and then everything went to hell in a handbasket, and I don't want to refresh it because it tends to screw everything up. I'm gonna watch it where it's comfortable to watch it, and if people are okay with that, then so be it. Charlton Athletic, got to log back in so I can pick up the game and see what the chatter is all about. So, just let me grab the standings here. Just a reminder for those of you that are jumping in late, and the reminder, we'll probably talk about this repeatedly as we go through the metrics as the scores change throughout the weekend. It's a fascinating mathematical confabulation. Is that the right term? We can win both games and still potentially not make the playoffs. If Hull City matches us and is able to tie us on goal difference, they'll jump. They have the 3rd tiebreaker for most goals for, unless we win one 5-1 or something in the mix. And they only but even then goals for, they'd have to win 3-1 to stay on par. We're not going to win the 3rd tiebreaker. It's in 2 games. It's just not possible. But if we outpace Hull City, we're in. If we're equal, the question is goal differential. And so if we could win both and they jump us on goal differential and we are out of the playoffs, we could also lose both games and still make it. For that to happen, you'd need Derby County to get 1 draw over their next 2 games or a loss. Norwich City not to win both. And you would need Hull City and us to lose both in that one as well. And for us to win on goal differential. It's possible. Here's what I don't want. I don't want to go into the game next Saturday and have Hull City and Norwich City playing where we're hoping for a draw. And that can, if we get a point or Hull City get a point today, it turns that match into we're just cheering for Norwich City. If we both lose today, that game, Norwich City versus Hull City, becomes a bit of a cluster. Because we really would need to get 3 points to secure things next week. And
we didn't talk about this, but if you were thinking, does Charlton win at home or Norwich against Hull? Who would you rather put money on to win, to beat Hull?
It's interesting because as much as I want to be able to say Norwich City because they've been the informed team, I don't trust that they're going to be playing for anything. And even though they want to send off the season big, to me, this is the game that I see more likely that Hull City is going to draw. And yes, Charlton Athletic only need to get 1 point to see off Oxford United and relegate them. But they still need the point. And they're going for it now. They're in front of their home club. They're on the road next weekend. I think they're looking at this and saying, if we don't get it done today, we've left the door open. Oxford United following, they're not going to know what the result is. We're sort of fortunate that Charlton Athletic is playing in this one because it was Oxford United, and they lost with Sheffield Wednesday. But that's also added pressure. Oxford United at home to Sheffield Wednesday, you think they're going to get the 3 points. So you don't want to be going on the road having to look for a result. So I expect Charlton Athletic to throw the kitchen sink at it. And that's probably a good thing for us. So to me, this would be the one Monday I'd put money on. If you ask me, which game do you think Hull City's more likely to drop points in? It's got to be this one for me. Do you have a different thoughts?
Yeah, I'd be going the other way only because I just think Norwich has a bunch of, for the most part, younger players that are hungry to show out, look good every game. I think they're going to play hard either way. And, it's the last game of the season, so they're just going to go for it, play loose. And they don't have anything to lose, and Hull is more likely to be tight, needing points. And, and I just think Norwich is a little bit in a groove.
We were doing so good with the green last weekend.
I know.
What's going on? It's not. I guess it could only last so long. I'm
dying for you to prove me wrong in Charlton to win 3-0 today.
I won't say that that's going to be the reason. You know what? A draw works for me, and a draw is all that Charlton need.
I know, and truthfully, that's what I mean. We didn't say this, but the game's about to start in a minute. If they could somehow get a goal in the first half, be up 1-0, I would imagine they're a slightly more defensive-minded team than offensive-minded team, and they'll be parking the bus and stalling the whole second half, and that'll be harder to score against.
You trust Agent Cody to lock it down, do you?
If he doesn't have to run a long way and he can just park it back there and they have a set up defense, I think they can hold for a long time. But I don't want him playing a high line at midfield and then trying to get a guy sprinting through the line that they're sending deep. I mean, he's in trouble.
Something to be said about that for sure. They've got the mascots out there for a final picture. All proud recipients, I'm sure, of the FC card of Agent Cody. Just go ahead and get. That's all this really is. As far as just around the league and stuff, obviously Southampton, they're playing Man City today on the road in the FA Cup at 9:15. So Millwall played yesterday. They looked horrible against Leicester City. Leicester City, nothing to play for. That was 40% capacity at the stadium in Leicester. Not much going on in that match. Not much going on in the stands in that match. They've only got 2 wins, Millwall. And even though they're sitting in second, they're only a point up. Ipswich has 2 games in hand. Southampton has 1 game in hand. They're coming down into the playoffs. That's prescribed. The question for us is who's in that third spot. There's still 4 points up on Southampton, 4 points up on Southampton with 1 to play for them, 2 to play for Southampton. I could see it being Millwall or Southampton that we play. I think Ipswich Town is going up. Middlesbrough, just because of the goal differential that they'd have to overcome, I think they're pretty much secure in 4-5. And hopefully they have nothing to play for and they're resting players next weekend. Waiting to get underway in this one. We are all addicts today. It sounds funny to say. Have you ever been described or wanted to be an addict? We're underway. Full City from left to right on your computer screen. If you're not watching this one, it is on Paramount Plus in the US. It's not on DAZN, so you got to pay the 10 quid You can watch it in the UK because it's not a 3 o'clock kickoff on a Saturday. I don't know why DAZN doesn't cover all of them, but it is what it is. Charlton and the man, the myth, the legend, Cody, clearing his first one. Throw it. Come on. I got to bring the chat up. So I'm fully engaged. Simulating nil-nil works, says Kim. Thanks, Des. Thanks for dropping by. We'll see you in a bit. Throw in Charlton. 25 yards away. Clark.
Not a horrendous crowd for Charlton. That's good.
Well, it's a game that matters, right? Whole city, I expect to be in full volume. Clark looking for the long throw early. 1 minute, 15 seconds in right now. Cleared by Whole City. Clark grabs it and draws it back. Still lots of red kit for Charlton up in the box, but it's drawn all the way back to Kaminsky, who will thump it down the pitch. Clark, he's everywhere so far. Clark, that's about like his 7th touch of the ball. A minute and a half in, but he gives it away. And it's up to Liam Miller.
He just screwed over his
cards.
defender.
Sorry?
Guy has to take a card thanks to that stupid play.
Miller will be on the front foot. He is an elite passer. And yeah, just a right arm onto the wrist, and Liam Miller accommodates and goes down easy. Hull City in the brown and gold pinstripes.
That was Carey's fault for heading it to the other team and springing them. Stupid.
We're going to be critical, aren't we, of both sides the whole way through. Nathan Jones, yeah, we can have him get sent off. Directly on goal from distance, so Kaminsky easily collects, throws it out, and Charlton Athletic with the run out. That was Carey, 14, gave it away. Cody, Strachente. Nibs chasing on, gets control. Not the best forward pass, but it's there and pops free. Charlton Athletic, 19 yards out, left foot, blocked out. Ajay. Fevrier able to get by past one man. Put one in early. Block goes out, and that's going to go for a corner over on the left-hand side, and we've got somebody down. And he's coming out. An early window use. It looks like a knee problem.
Yeah, ACL. It just went on him. I think he planted and turned funny.
That
maybe an ankle.
That has to be something. Doesn't just that just looks really awkward. Yeah. Ow. So is that Matazzo? I didn't see it. Yeah, like no contact, so this isn't being faked, right? Like you're not going down 3 minutes in with this without this being something. So this is going to be
there was no advantage to going down at that point, and you can see he planted and then was concerned about the cutback, and I think he just shifted his weight, and that's where your knee goes, right?
He certainly looks uncomfortable. I wouldn't say it's. Did he roll an ankle or did he blow the knee out? I'm watching the feet because is this just a really weird? Didn't see on that highlight. Is this his first start?
Well,
I've got Elliot Matazzo, 24-year-old Belgian midfielder, 0 minutes played, 0 starts. And so if I got to feel bad for the guy then, even though I'm not cheering for Hull City by any stretch of the imagination. But You get yourself into the lineup. You get your first minutes.
It was a good sign when they start putting your leg in a the figure 4 leg lock there, that they're not worried about further injuring your knee.
Yeah, that's an odd one for me, but I mean, if he's fine, let him out there and have a good one at it. Fevrier, number 77. Paul Coffey, Bobby Orr's number in Colorado. If you're a hockey fan, left-footed out swinger, it's chipped high and flat, and that might be the worst corner kick of the season. Have you seen one that bad? Like, that just floated 3 feet off the line. When it came off of his
the Muffin Man would have made a better cross than that.
The Muffin Man. The best moniker I've probably given. Smash the like button. We'll take it. First appearance in 14 months, ACL issue, Tez. Yeah, and so interesting if he tweaked it too, that they're going to let him run out there and go again. Interesting from him as well. Fevrier, he looks like he's hung over. Like, his stop and turn on that one was just lazy and awkward as well. And Matazzo let in by the referee, and so we're back underway. And I should just be really critical of every Charlton Athletic player too, because it's worked before. Vicente, I was all hard on, and I didn't have a hard on for him. I was hard on him. And he had himself a hell of a match after I started being critical. Maybe football's not the career for him. Good morning, Marie. How are you? Charlton possession early on, 7 minutes, 10 seconds in. Long forward ball for Clark. It's headed out. Going to be collected there and easily thumped down the pitch. That was Lundstrom. Charlton gets it. Chinchente, he's been everywhere, sitting on a yellow already early, and Hull City finally ekes out some possession. 7 minutes and 30 seconds right now. Over the right-hand side, Coyle sneaking his way forward. Played with 4 in the back, but Coyle and Giles often forward. We know that's going to happen. Matazzo through the center, and Hull City from midfield looks to grow. And James, speaking from experience, that with scar tissue popping loose, it scared the crap out of me. Yeah, maybe putting it under pressure, found out during a game instead of on the training pitch that there's a little bit more to move around. Giveaway, Charlton. Tried to give it away as well, but here they come forward. Doherty, the captain, right-hand side. Clark, he's going to stab it forward. Is that Cody playing in the midfield of?
No, he's center. He's all the way back, last line of defense.
Well, watch 5 and 15. I know we're up the Charlton Athletic camera up in the sky boxes, but I'm not so set that he's the center back.
It's difficult to see. You're right.
And isn't Matazzo down again? Yeah, he's got to come out. You gave it a shot there, sir, and we appreciate you for it.
Career done.
Woody's doing taxes. Woody, are you in Canada then? I have a way with words. I don't even want to know which comment you're going on with there, Denise. Yeah, I think I actually think that he was back in that central defender position early, but I actually think that he's got Jones behind him. "24 years of age, Elliot Matazzo, Belgian," and that one has to suck. Why did I not know that, Woody? I lost track. It's not Fort Mac, is it? Yeah, I don't know why DAZN doesn't have all of the non-3 o'clock starts that are on Sky, but hey. Clark with his like 9th touch. That was a battle over there. Jones was trying to get to it, can't, and going to be a free kick here. The Inter Toronto rebrand FC. Josh Sargent reports are he's finally starting to figure out. He'd had 1 goal in like 6 games or something, but Toronto media finally talking about him maybe doing things. So coming in for Matazo, number 37. Let's get that name for you. Paddy McNair. Seventh match or 11th match for him, I guess. I was going to say 7th start, but he's not starting. 11th match for 30-year-old Paddy McNair from Northern Ireland. I am okay if we just sit here for the next 80 minutes and the group of us get comfortable and just have a chat and watch them just kick the ball around. I'm guessing so. I'm just looking at things. They have a Reagan Slater that they could bring in, who's a midfielder. And again, I don't know where they slide in. Slater's had 3,000 minutes. He's a frequent flyer for them, but he's the only midfielder listed on their roster. They've got tons of attacking options, tons of them. And they've got 2 more defenders left after McNair coming in. So I don't know why they didn't go to, and maybe he's dealing with an issue and was just put in as an emergency. Jimmy taking shots at the Pens. Reports out of Canada that crybaby Sidney Crosby is still crying after losing Game 3. Didn't see it coming. NHL hockey playoffs active here is Clark with the long throw. We've seen this again a minute and a half in from the right-hand side. Launched in near post. Easily headed away there, McBurney. Doherty's flipped back, put forward, lots of Charlton center backs and defenders up. Fevrier up there. He just runs awkward, doesn't he? And a bad curl and a turn there. Fevrier is. Are anybody else watching this game? Patty Power, how the hell are you? It's nice to see you, my friend. It's been a while. Better or worse, and that's just it. Are they going to lay down the marker? If you haven't watched Rob Ryan Red or listened to them from the last one, I know we're going to watch the game, but before you watch tomorrow, just listen to that one. They did an impeccable job. That might be one of my favorite episodes of their podcast that they did leading up into this one. An emergency one, but it was good. I enjoyed it, for better or for worse. Depends if we go up, James, right? I mean, it's going to be I don't even want to know what the team would look like next year. But Sechelt, sorry, with the header out there, Hull City with control of it, drop it back. A JE with it. Nathan Jones. What other games are going on right now? Because Middlesbrough already up 1-0 on Watford.
You are right. Connor Cody, defensive mid, playing Eddie James.
Yeah, kind of that whole midfield position.
Yeah.
And they've got it up as a 3-5-2 with Clark and Fevrier. And it still fascinates me watching this Fevrier that he's going to be expected to run as a wingback down that left-hand side. He just looks clumsy and awkward. Which means he's going to have the legitimately. He doesn't look like he belongs on the pitch. Which means he's probably going to find something special. Wow, that's an amazing ball forward. Charlton Athletic, not a lot of support up there. A nice little dance around one through the middle penalty area, drawn in front. That was some sort of, was that Crooks? No, sorry, Docker, he blocked. It's loose.
That was Cody.
That was Kelvin. And Cody with the
15.
opportunity there.
15.
No, it was Kelman who did all the work down the right-hand side, who then got it to Cody. This was all Kelman with the long ball forward, just watching the highlight, taking on his man, getting around, and it was Cody who pulled Muffin Man at the end.
Muffin Man? The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man.
Sort of got it off of the side of the boot, back of the heel a little bit. Took some mustard off of it. If we go up, we may end up having 25 players on loan. Hey, my bank account. What do I care? The box into the area that was put forward. Coyle slapped it forward, and Hull City gets the return. Nice little flick out there. Able to Charlton now dancing. Carey with it, draws it back, and we'll set it up as Fevrier. Deandra, how the hell are you? Hey, Cub fan. Cub fan on Fearless and Devotion, still pissed at Wrexham FA Cup win and wants revenge. Also, is Coventry going to come into the Wrexham match all fired up because of the FA Cup outcome and motivated to do their thing? Yeah, Kim, I'm with you. This has been a bit of a sleeper. Jenny Sugarman did an audio interview on Fit. I didn't see that. I'm going to have to watch that. And also Chloe Anchor's announcing that she, at 19 years of age, going to step away from football and focus on coaching, which I posted in the Discord. I thought would be a little bit unfortunate because I actually thought that she had some talent. Would have liked to have seen her actually get more time, but I don't know. This is weird. I'm all for it. I don't want to be critical. I'm all for people finding their passion, finding their goal, and doing their thing. But Chloe Anchor, yeah, stepping away from Wrexham. How are you? Kaminsky thumps it down the middle of the pitch. I haven't looked at the statistics for possession, but it feels like 65-35, 68-32. Not that far off. Gillespie, left-hand side. Carey with it. Elects not to go with Fevrier. Draws it back. Doherty all the way full back to Jones. Left-hand side, Gillespie. Forward to Carey. And you know what? You guys want to play tennis, Charlton, right across the midfield stripe with your own players and just kick it back and forth? Cool. Love it. I've been working on that promise video. The graphics are already. I don't know if I'll get to it this weekend or not, but the qualifiers and how the Europe competition works for the women, I'll get that one out there. I'm hoping that is true, Patty. It's almost unfortunate. I was looking up the last time that a team had secured the championship title. Just I'll come back to that in a second. Is coming forward as Carey draws it back. Charlton Athletic doing things. So let's just dial in on this one as Gillespie comes forward. The last time that somebody secured the championship well in advance, you have to go back to the 2021-2022 season, and that was Burnley. Jay Rodriguez was on that squad back in Burnley. And what was interesting about that is they didn't really let up in their home game. It was kind of like the scene off Swan Song, and they went with a lot of starters for their home game. There's only two that hadn't been in previously who had slotted in. Their away game that they had the following weekend was essentially all players. So for us, that's unfortunate. We're going to get Cov if that same send off championship put out our guys and have them do their swan song. But Parky already said if you're playing even 5% off your full capacity in this league, you're going to get called out. So hopefully that's the case. Wow, this guy's everywhere. Right foot, worldy! Oh my word, is that a right footer? Kelman, remember that was the guy on the right hand side who 5 minutes ago comes all the way down and works it and and it was Cody who ended up having the muffin cannon. Here, Kelman says, you know what? I'm just going to do it all. I'm going to strip this guy naked, jockstrap, laying on the pitch, completely undressed, and then slaps the right footer and puts it in top bins. The Addicks are up 1-0. Yeah. We will take it. That was something. Holy crap. Ajay left
impressive.
dispensed stuff. 19 yards out. Top bins right side. Kelman. And that's his second run. Give Charlie 24 years of age. Is he on? Jesus crikey. And that wasn't just pulled out of nowhere. That he showed that off early. Yeah. God damn.
That was shit defense, by the way. That you can't overrun that ball. You have to play positioning and slow up until your guys get back. You had to give the rest of your team a second, you know?
Job not done. And hopefully this doesn't wake up the Tigers, but the Tigers are entirely capable of mauling themselves. And so let's hope for a little bit of that. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, that's unfortunately for Kelman. He represented the United States at the youth levels. Why would you want to do that? Born in England, but represented the U.S. And he was a QPR signing in 2020. His youth career, he was born and raised, must have been born and raised in the U.S. because his career started with FC Dallas before he went over to Southend, up to the Queen's Park Rangers. He had 21 goals for Leyton Orient.
Did you see Deandra's statement there? Cody credited with the assist. That was a beautifully weighted ball out ahead.
Agent Cody. Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers.
Speaking of Deandra, that's the person we want interviewing Sugarman. That would be a good watch.
Leaving Denise with memories and visuals. That's a nice ball forward up to Liam Miller, and he'll collect that. And I don't like the ball on his foot because he does have a skill. The kid can pass. Giles, left foot, swung in the box, headed away. Yeah, 5%, and it's like in play too, right? Like on a set piece, maybe. But to do that after you've stripped a man on the full run is bonkers. Jones flicks it up in the air, goes back in. McBurney can't get to it. Doherty up to Kelman. I think he's off on this one.
No, they had to flag down.
No flag going up. They let that one get figured out. All right. Egan back. Ajay. He hasn't looked out of place. And interesting in his defensive mid role, he's got free range a little bit to go up forward because he's had a shot on goal. He's got an assist. Agent Cody. He just wants to make sure he gets a shout on the documentary. Crooks. Knocked free, but easily collected by the Tigers. Deandra's watching National League still, eh? York and Rochdale, 0-0. For those that aren't watching, one of those teams is coming up. The other one's in the playoff. And what are they sitting at? On an ungodly amount of points. The only thing I have to, and I haven't checked in on the League One table to see who Bradford's playing. Stockport's got to figure it out. They're playing right now. Long ball swung in. Kaminsky, big take. It's not a foul. He undercut himself. I would love to see Bradford City
not by McBurney at all. He was. They're looking up in the sun, and the keeper jumped up into them. So
yeah,
he's waiting to still start breathing. Looks like he landed on his back.
So I mean, he undercut himself on the defender. Them both being, as you said, blinded by the blinded by the light of the sun. Sorry, nobody needs that in the morning.
Wow, they carded McBurney.
Really?
What?
Wow.
Wrexham.
That's, hey, we're paying off the referees in other matches.
Wrexham.
Brown Bag makes it down to London before the Charlton match. I'll take that. Like, that's not McBurney's fault at all. Did he even make contact with him? Like, did he even get a fingernail on him?
I don't even. Yeah, I mean.
That's awesome. What would be even better is if you had a yellow card accumulation, and that's like the card that ends up sending him off to the next one too.
Exactly, another yellow he doesn't play in the finale.
That's the worst card of the season. I don't care. Chichenche coming out, using up the windows. Might as well, if you're going to get Kaminsky off, or you use up the same window. Otherwise, you'd only have one left for the remainder of the match if Kaminsky's not good to go. So he seems absolutely fine. I was talking about the Chickens just because I hate them, and I don't want them moving up into the championship. Lincoln City, Cardiff City already up in the championship next year. The battle is between Bolton, Stevenage, Bradford City, Stockport, and potentially Luton Town or Plymouth could pip Stockport. Stockport losing right now 1-0. They just tied it up. Good stuff. To Peterborough. And Elliot Lee underway. They're playing Stevenage. I just want Bradford City to suffer pain. Don't need them up. We're back underway here. 27 minutes and 45 seconds. Back into the chat. McBurney gets a yellow for standing in the wrong place. How dare he? How dare he? Go to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. I feel like I have to now check what his yellow card accumulation is. I'm sure he's fine. Oh, yeah, he's fine. That's his 9th of the season. Elliot Lee, Doncaster Rover. It's the only reason I can justify having Donny Rover's kit in the house is because Elliot Lee's with him. See you, Deandra. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Same groovy time, same groovy place.
So, other games to watch at this time. If Middlesbrough is up 1-0. And
I don't know if I like that.
No, I think I do, because if Ipswich, who's 0-0 now, if they win, the 2 spots out for them. So Middlesbrough really doesn't have much of anything to play for.
Yeah, I was just hoping that Middlesbrough would eliminate themselves from it as well. Yes, if Ipswich is able to secure it, or Southampton, they've got a 3-game. Well, they won't be able to secure it with the 2 games in hand. But we are watching Ipswich. But if Middlesbrough loses, they also don't have anything to play for either. The position things, they've locked up the 4 or 5 battle, and it is what it is. So
yeah,
Clark
it's the Ipswich game that you want. You want Ipswich to
draw or win, no, they'd still be playing if they need the win. 79 points, 80 points. Middlesbrough could still catch them. Ipswich having that extra game with Southampton on Tuesday. So they could still wipe them out then. But Middlesbrough dropping points leaves them out of it. and that's why I want them.
Yeah,
I don't want them in a fight for the top. So Middlesbrough is the key matchup to watch right now. Do we expect that we're going to get anything out of Watford today on the road? Probably not, especially after an early goal. But Ipswich up to 82 points. The goal differential insurmountable. So Ipswich winning, Middlesbrough drawing or losing, either are fantastic results. Giles with it in the game that matters to us, 30 minutes in. Where are we? Goal kick. Hull City just looks like this is the end of their season. And like if I was a Tigers fan, we've been here before. There seems to be no heart in this. Like, how do you not get up for this game?
To be fair, McBurney was pressing this whole game. He was running around trying to make stuff happen as much as he could, but the rest of the team doesn't. There's only maybe one other player showing a lot of urgency out there.
Yeah. As a West Ham fan, I need Willwall to shit the bed. I want that derby back. West Ham's north of the Thames, Millwall south of Derby. I don't know the history of the West Ham Millwall Derby. Can't be geographical. There's got to be clubs closer. There are. So something must have happened to trigger that one. Is it just because Millwall, they're the Hammers? I don't know. I'll have to look that one up. That's something for me to learn because that's a nice ball forward. Coyle all the way on through a run, but the challenge dispossesses him of the ball and easy, and now he's picking up the back of his legs. Gellhart, once very, very early on. Coyle's been good. Gillespie. Ugh.
Coyle with the
Cody's. That was Gellhart there, but then he ran into Agent Cody. East London, South London. It's ugly. Yeah. But I think as far as Millwall and being on the south, I think everybody outside of Millwall in London, it feels like it's Millwall against the world. Left foot in swinger, and I think for the Millwall fans, they love that. Like that's their persona, right? Gellhart, did you curse it? Kim, as soon as you said, have I said Gellhart, he's now had like 4 touches of the ball. He drove it into the 18. He picked up the corner there. There's another swipe into the box, and it's headed away. Tapped, and Kalman, that's a yellow card. Absolutely. Coyle stripping down Kalman. At least I assume that's, yeah. Kalman is just on fire right now, and I don't remember him from Lincoln City doing this sort of stuff. Do you? Not Lincoln City, Leyton Orient.
Yeah, he was great. I didn't know that he would continue to do well.
Do it at the next level up, but
no. But I mean, he looked fairly dominant in League One, I thought, but.
Well, yeah, I guess 21 goals last year. He's only had 6 so far this year, but he's found magic today. Jesus.
I remember thinking that I thought he started out well. I could be wrong, but I thought he started out well in League One, and around mid-year they were thinking, okay, someone that could come for him and take him off Charlton, and then Charlton decided to keep him, and then Charlton clawed their way back and ended up making it up. And I don't know that was particularly expected. I thought they'd get rid of Kelman, doing the prudent thing, thinking they could get a lot of money for him, but they kept him and then brought him up. And I remember thinking, that's a lot.
Well, I think that's somebody else, because if I've got the information right, this is his first season. he signed with Charlton Athletic. He was on loan from QPR to Leyton Orient.
Yeah.
And yeah. So he didn't play for Charlton until this year.
He didn't play last year in League One?
He played last year in League One for Leyton Orient.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I misunderstand what you were saying there?
No. I misspoke.
But Leyton Orient may have wanted him back, and QPR said, "No, we're letting him go." So he's 4 years. And while we were away, and Chat McBurney ended up taking a knock, and so he's getting banged up. And now it's out to Coyle, and that's a horrible pass by Ajay, and just throw in for the Addicks. More than 20.
It's pretty even here.
21. 21 goals for Kelman last year. And that's just on me then for not recognizing and figuring it all out. "36 minutes headed away and cleared. Coyle turns it over. The Addicks collect. Gillespie draws it back. Jones is there. Cody making himself available in midfield, but they go back to Kaminsky. And there's the run from McBurney, who's, as pointed out by Brennan, all over the pitch. But McBurney finds the touchline. Crooks moving his way forward for Hull City. That's a nice little through ball. Fevrier, well done to step in front. Tried to frame it out to go out, not going to get there, so it's collected, and that's going to be Jones. Looks to clear it, gets knocked out, and going to hit Jones on the way back, so we'll get a corner for Hull City. West Brom and Ipswich still 0-0. Middlesbrough up 1-0 on Watford, and here Charlton up before we get to the rest of the matches that we won't be hanging around for because not much matters today. Left-footed in-swinger from the right-hand side. It's a 6-yard box. It's close to, half volley. Miller tries to punch it in. It goes out for another corner on the opposite side. That was an interesting one. Kaminsky couldn't get it. He had a wall of both his own teammates and Hull City. There's that one pumped in really close to goal, and Kaminsky, I would have thought he could got out that to do something, but he couldn't. Come on, lads. Is that Gellhart from the other side? No. Oh, we're gonna have a headmaster talk about. McBurney and Nibs.
Nibs is not clutching and grabbing that bad. McBurney's a little fired up.
Flat, low, and another corner kick. That was interesting. Bullet 3 feet off the ground and a bullet delivery. Ripped in, collected by Kaminsky, 6 yards off the line, and that was the substitute, Paddy McNair, who took that one. No kidding. I don't just want to say the B word. I'd rather say Hull City, an unquestionably talented team with depth and capacity to overcome odds like this. Just need to find a little bit of motivation, and I'm sure they'll find it. I'm just going to be entirely complimentary all day long. But, it's been a bad month. I mean, 6 or 7, I haven't looked at it. 6 or 7 months they've been in the top 6. They have been in 5th or 6th place since week 17, week 15, except for 3 weeks. They had a dip week 17, 18, 19. They were back out of the playoffs. Since week 20, they have been in a playoff position. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. Week 20, that was December 10. Oh, that was us. There you go. It was the win against Wrexham. Was this put them into the playoff spot for the remainder of the season until now. Yeah, Kim, haven't seen that from any other game that I've seen elsewhere. I've seen a couple hard on the deck, but that one don't make no sense to me. Hull City, a little bit more possession so far. Is that offside? Flag up. Just having a look here to find out the stats. I haven't looked at it. I guess we're going to get to it quickly, but not a lot on this one. And that sort of makes it feels like it's been sort of a nothing 41, 42 minutes. Oh. I mean, other than the McBurney yellow card, which is one of the funniest cards I've seen all season.
4 shots, 3 on target. We don't always get that in a half. So
Kelman with another one. It was a moment of brilliance. And that was sort of Nathan Broadhead-esque in a way from Kelman, because Broadhead can sit and give you nothing for minute after minute after minute, and all of a sudden show you an absolute masterclass and then disappear again. Kelman went back to back with exceptional plays around about the 30th minute and potted one. But other than that moment of brilliance, it's been pretty much 30 yards from either side. It's felt like. I haven't touched my favorite stat, the touches in the box. I haven't looked at it. Somebody could throw the over under on that one, but I can't see it being more than like 6 each. Ajay able to free that one. It comes loose. Lundstrom collects, knocks it back. Nibs to Ajay. Hull City looking for something. 2 minutes plus added time and trying to find something before the half. You can feel the pendulum starting to lean over to the right of the computer monitor. Cheltenham are playing Bristol. And that's worth Ashfield, Fall, Bickerstaff, Young for Cheltenham. Are they all on the pitch at the same time? As 18-yard box opportunity here. Hull City just collapsed. That's team defense. That's just 5 red kit all surrounding them, and it's free, and we're going to get a free kick here, or was that an offside? The message still has to be, even if this result stays the same, to just take care of your business tomorrow. I mean, the door's not going to stay open for you, so make sure it stays open. If Hull City lose, the other things to watch is what Norwich and Derby do, because they become into the equation as far as other pathways for us to still make the playoffs without wins. And I don't know how I feel about Norwich City. Do I want them to, like Wrexham and or Hull, to get a point to see them off, or do I want them to be live in that game against Hull City? And to me, I want to know what the Wrexham result is. If Wrexham gets a point, then I want Norwich to win and feel good about themselves. If Wrexham isn't going to get a point tomorrow, then I want Norwich to be out, because them playing Hull City guarantees there's going to be points given to somebody. And I don't want to be cheering for a draw. Fevrier, he's just a tank. He's got one speed, and he's like a quick tank. He just
that was a dive. That was,
yes, but he's just not agile as Fevrier.
As long as he's effective today, I don't care what he is. He can be an ice cream truck, a dump truck. I don't care what he is. A tank.
Let's win over Wrexham. I would prefer that, but dump truck. Is that game on right now? The Cheltenham one, or is that on at 3? McBurney all the way back to eking out a possession. 7 minutes of added time. I don't think we've seen that in the first half this year, have you? I mean, there were a lot of stoppages.
No, that's an excessive amount, it seems. But we had that player go down twice, and Kaminsky went down. So,
yeah, I think if I would have seen 7 minutes in the second half, I would have been like, that makes sense. But to see it in the first half, where 2 minutes is usually the max, that was a lot. Kaminsky gets us back underway. Charlton Athletic loses control of the ball. I gave that show because I thought I was going to see a collision there with Lundstrom coming all the way forward in the challenge, but he was able to pull up. There's a flop, no call. Coyle has it. Switched over to the far side. Headed, stays in play. Yes. Crooks grabs it, collects it, draws it back, swings it over into the middle. Lundstrom. That's the sub McNair. Liam Miller, the Canadian, 18 yards, looking for a pass, trying to do things, stops, curls, turns the other way. Four minutes of added time left. Five minutes of added time left. Jesus. Feels like forever. Ajay slides it over Coyle. You get the feeling that Hull City's really trying to do something, but just it's not working coming back forward. And all the way back to the keeper. Yeah, I think that's true. Norwich has, well, the form table would tell us, Kim, that Norwich City might be better than both Wrexham and Hull at this moment in time. I mean, they were at the bottom of the table and have completely rocketed up. Welcome back, Deandra. I love the dedication to the National League, Deandra. You can't say that you're not invested. Coyle with it. The other thing that I loved on social media, Dan Wrexham 03, I think it is, he did a search of Twitter for the word then, THAN, and Wrexham, as in better than Wrexham. And collected videos every time a team announced their promotion. There are a lot of comments. The story better than Wrexham, better than, and it's like flooded with comments. I was just like, that's Hull City opportunity here. Liam Miller towards the 18-yard box, cut back forward, left there, left foot, just missed to the right-hand side, let down. That pass there, I mean, is that just because Paddy McNair is a defender and he's wondering what the flying hell am I doing up here standing on the 18-yard box in this game in as a sub? So he just deferred to Gellhart, who you're putting your money on, aren't you? Gellhart, 18 yards out, no defender there with an opportunity, and he just blasts it wide. Don't forget where you came from. Did you just say that after I said the word bellend? Sorry. I got to be more family friendly, don't I? Three minutes. I guess 2 minutes left in the added time now. Jeepers. I mean, this is about as good as it gets for first half. Thrown in, flicked on. Oh, about the National League. Sorry, my bad. I get distracted. It's early in the morning. The brain's not firing yet. Sonny Carey. Missed that one by 15 yards. Minute and a half.
Local pundit in the chat.
Josh, how are you, my friend? Gave away a corner. That was stupid. And he's having a patty as Clark, and he's even waving people off like, I don't need to be talked to.
Oh, wow.
I know I'm a bonehead.
Did you see that collision? I thought the yellow went out to Kaminsky.
What did you give that? I think that did go on Kaminsky.
Yeah, but if it was on, imagine if McBurney got it, then we would have been going bananas.
Oh man, for Josh and for anybody who's watched the highlights for this one, McBurney got the worst yellow card that I've seen watching football ever. Like I don't even think he touched Kaminsky. Right footed corner, far post, sticks, headed, danger. That was in. That was in. Yeah, he's pointing at it. Found a goal. Fuck. It was cleared, but it clearly came across the line. And that's if that's the football gods giving the thumb to.
All right, that's Josh's fault.
That's Josh's fault to Harry Clark. No, that's Harry Clark's fault. Harry Clark with the nonsense mistake, giving away the corner, and it just ends up going far post, and it's headed back, and I don't know what Kaminsky's doing. Oh, Kaminsky's diving. You flopped, you absolute fucking idiot. Oh, Kaminsky. You deserve that. Shame on you. McBurney reaches out and grabs Kaminsky's jersey. Dangerous on a yellow, potentially. But Kaminsky, he can fight through that. And instead of fighting through it, he thinks, oh, it's gone far post. I've got no problem. I'm going to flop and try and draw something. So he goes to hit the deck. And he gets called out because it finds the back of the net. You absolute clown. Man. What was the keeper doing? Oh, it's my fault, says Josh. Absolute donkey. Cody Love is Mark. And the fascinating thing is that's McBurney. That easily could have put, like, if it was real contact and a real grab, that was more egregious and more like closer to a yellow than the one where McBurney didn't even touch the guy and picked up the yellow. Hey, we're not going to rag on Josh, though, too bad. Josh, for those that don't know, local pundit, has not just a lot of watch-alongs, but provides a bunch of other content. He's got a team of friends. Is that an army of friends? A gaggle? No, I don't want to say a gaggle of friends. That just sounds awkward.
Murder.
A murder of crows. Can we call it a murder of pundits? I don't know what you want to call it as your proper noun. But he's got good people over there who make a bunch of content. So local pundit, go and check them out and do their thing. And we're still giving him the gears. He wakes up, he jumps on to say hi, and nothing but. I like any event. Look at it. That's his suck. That whole end of that first half. That corner from Clark's mistake to Kaminsky flopping, and then the header coming back the other way from Egan to go into the back of the net. Hey, 1-1, I'll take it. And if we're gonna go through the stats here, kind of a nothing game. I mean, you look at the XG; it's a 1-1 game. The XG 0.21 and 0.17. 3 shots on target for Charlton. 1 shot on target for Hull City, and it finds the back of the net. Ball is what it is. West Coasters, right-eyed, bushy tails. Absolutely. Woody's going to go back to bed. touches in the box, I said, what did I say? No more than 6? 8-4. And interesting, Hull City was leading the way. So, I mean, at the start of the match, until Charlton's goal, the ball possession was like 65, 68% Charlton Athletic, and it's the pendulum has swung to 58%. Going through total shots 5-3, shots on target 3-1, accurate passes 156 to 98. That's low for both sides. 5 corners, and they found it on a cross, just jumping onto the out of town scoreboard, and then I'm gonna take a run for 5 minutes and leave you. Middlesbrough up 2-0 on Watford. So put that one away. Watford's got nothing to play for, sitting in 15th. They haven't won in the last 5, and even going, I think, further back than that. I'm just going to confirm really quickly. Well, it won't be quickly because I have to count, and we know that that's going to be slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the draw with Leicester, the loss to us. So it's been 7 that they haven't won. So put that, they're on the beach, haven't won in 7 games. They're not coming back. So what does that mean for us? That means keep an eye on the Ipswich Town score, because you'd really like for Ipswich to get points up against West Brom and put Middlesbrough on the beach. If they don't, and when I say on the beach, Middlesbrough at 79 points, if a draw won't do it, Ipswich needs a win. If Ipswich gets a point, it is then mathematically impossible for Middlesbrough to improve into the automatics. They've got absolutely nothing to play for. If the downside of the results as they're going right now is if Ipswich doesn't win, and Southampton wins on Tuesday because they're playing Ipswich, then it's all on for Middlesbrough to potentially jump into the automatics. And then you've got a team coming in hungry. That's not what we want. So West Brom can go and pound sand and let something in. Ipswich Town can put it to bed. And otherwise, we're watching on Tuesday, and then we're cheering for Ipswich Town to get the points to put Southampton and Middlesbrough on the beach, or at least resting for the playoffs in the final game. Anything to contribute? Should I just pass over the keys here for a second, and I'll be gone for about 5 minutes?
Sure, go right ahead.
Oh, good watch along. Don't put the pressure on me, Josh. Okay, I'll be back in a bit.
Yeah, so that was pretty frustrating. We got 7 minutes, which is an extremely long time for extra time in the first half. And at 6:30 something into that extra time, give up a stupid corner, and then an unnecessary dive. I mean, I get it if you could somehow dive and get a yellow on McBurney, but they'll just call that. They won't give him a yellow. There's no reason to try to get that call. Just stand up, and that header would have hit him in the face if the keeper didn't dive. It's foolishness. We had it. Hey, Tom, how are you? So yeah, 1-0 would have been exactly what we had called if they could have got 1-0, and then they could park the bus for the second half. Now it's 1-1, still favorable for us, right? Hull dropping points is great. So we're still looking to win tomorrow either way, no matter what the outcome is today. But it would be nice for Charlton to get one more in the second. David, welcome. I thought Charlton was the better team the majority of that half. So I don't know if how much of a momentum swing does that wake Charlton back up to keep them fired up and pushing. Is that actually better? Because if they went in up 1-0 and they park the bus and that gets Hull, rolling, now Hull doesn't have as much pressure to come back and get that goal, they just have the potential to go ahead. So now they won't be as aggressive. Who knows? Yeah, I agree, Kim. That last 7 minutes, they just kind of sat back and, yeah, that would be a long time to try to hold a 1-0 lead. So at least now they know they can't. So hopefully they'll spring Kelman again. Looking around. Yeah, I'd be interested to see, obviously, how Hull come out. They had, other than the front line, specifically McBurney running around, tiring out Charlton's back line. There's not been too many other guys showing a ton of effort out there. So hopefully everyone else is still asleep on Hull, and this that late goal doesn't spark some energy in them. Go back to there for a second. I'm just curious. Got about 70 people watching. Not bad. We were a little higher earlier. It's a decent amount considering it is not a Wrexham game. Yeah, all right. So I will read off the scores. Charlton 1-1 at half. Middlesbrough 2-0 over Watford at half. West Brom Ipswich 0-0 at half. And Southampton 3, Blackburn 0. And then yesterday's game, Millwall and Leicester tied. Oh yeah, the Southampton Blackburn game was already completed. It's not halftime. My bad. They count that as round 45. Are there any other games later today that we care about when I'm looking around? Birmingham, Bristol City, no. Norwich, Swansea. I think we're hoping Norwich wins so they have something to play for against Hull in the last game. Oxford United, Sheffield Wednesday. You know, that's pretty much done and dusted for them. QPR Derby. Maybe we care about QPR. I don't know. I mean, Sheffield United, Preston later today, Stoke, Portsmouth, and then us tomorrow. Elvis, welcome, welcome. Nothing else to look at there. I'm going to see if there's anything on Charlton's site. Let's see. Yeah, just they keep focusing on Cody, though. That was Connor Cody with a well-weighted ball to spring Kelman for that first extremely impressive first goal, and then that shit header at the end to even it. Josh pointing out you really just can't sit back in this league. The offensive players are too talented, and they'll eventually pick you apart. So you have to stay on that front foot. Best defense is a good offense.
This can't be Josh. It's too early. It's the same thing for me, Elvis. It's I'm not looking forward to tomorrow, and doing this 2 consecutive days might be a mistake. I'm going to try to resist the urge to nap today so that I'm tired at like 7 o'clock and I'll go to bed when the kids go to bed. Interesting. David says Cody was part of the error that allowed that goal. I mean, I completely put the fault of that one first on Clark for the horrible mistake giving away the corner. And then on the actual corner, I put it on Kaminsky. I mean, he got grabbed. And I know what he's doing. He's thinking that ball's well past the back stick. It's not going to be a risk. And so he took the opportunity to flop. McBurney, who's on a yellow, the worst yellow that... What's interesting is Fotmob doesn't have the yellow on McBurney. He did get that yellow, didn't he?
I thought I saw them book him. Maybe he didn't.
I was certain they booked him, but I don't see a yellow on McBurney on Fotmob.
Fotmob's awful at showing those sometimes.
I'm wondering who else would have what happened there. I guess Twitter might have it. I'm full confident that they had that. They're not going to retroactively take that away and be like,
when have you seen anyone get a yellow for interfering with the keeper unless it was the cause of a goal? Like even on the cause of a goal, I don't know that. I think they just wave it off. I've never seen someone get a yellow in the box other than what do you call it? Our Issei Kabore wrestling and tackling a guy after being warned. Like,
yeah, and then nothing's on Twitter, so maybe I'm just gonna go back to FODMOB. I saw a yellow card out, but there's nobody listed for FODMOB with a yellow right now.
Well, see, that's wrong because we know that there was another yellow.
Oh, Coyle's got a yellow. Sorry, up in the top. Oh, right. Someone in the chat said the yellow went to somebody else. Interesting. Sichenche got a yellow, but that was a separate incident. Kaminsky got a yellow. That was a separate incident. I'm confused. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. He didn't deserve one in any event, but I still know what Kaminsky was thinking there. That was just stupid. That was him trying to show off and draw something and flopping, and it immediately came back and bit him in the butt, bit him in the ass.
Obviously, you and I love when floppers get payback. That's the payback that they get. Like they deserve that, right? A goal for you acting instead of just playing goddamn ball, but not when it hurts Wrexham.
Yeah, I'm just if I go to Google, well, is that the source that I want to use for this one? Because they normally track the cards, don't they? Yellow cards, just one. Yeah, they say it's 2 cards to 1, and that's consistent with Kaminsky and Sichenche for Carlton City and Coyle for Hull City. So I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch that on the full preview and see exactly what happened. Players are back on the pitch in any event. Charlton going to go from left to right on your computer screens. Hull City from right to left. They're setting up like it's an onside kick in rugby or in football. Gridiron football. The North American variety. Everybody lining up on one side. Did we use a window up? Hull City. Balumi makes his way in. And I don't know exactly who came in for. Matazzo's out. They haven't updated yet. But Balumi on the pitch. We're back underway. Let's start the clock. Balumi, 9 starts so far this season, 832 minutes, a .54 goals, assists per 90. 0.54 goals and assists per 90. That's third best on the team behind McBurney and Gelhardt. So is that them? Did they take off either Gelhardt? I saw McBurney out there. But Liam Miller, anyway, cutting in, long pass, trying to switch, doesn't get enough mustard on it, gets headed away, and Hull City coming out with some gumption to start. Coyle over right-hand side. Balumi out there where Gelhardt normally is. So did they take Gelhardt out at the half? Because that would be a statement. Or did they just relocate him? Looking for number 21. Somebody tell me if you see him out on the pitch, because that would be a That's a fascinating decision. I know you don't lose a window, and having to use up the window because Matazzo had to come out early, so they had to use a window up. What was that? 15 minutes into the game, something like that. I guess 11 minutes into the game. His ACL injury coming back to bite him. First game back. Ooh, that looked like it could have touched his elbow, but I guess it did touch their elbow. But saying it wasn't in an awkward position, didn't give a pen away on that one. So keep an eye out. I still haven't seen number 21. Have they updated? Not on FOTMob yet. That's a gutsy call. If you're Jakirovic, that takes cojones to take off one of your leading scorers. Joe Gelhardt, 14 goals, 4 assists for the season. And you're subbing him off for Balumi. Season on the line. Rebecca talked through the entire women's season from an insider's perspective on the Racehorse Ramble. Great stuff. That's good to know, Jennifer. Mr. Jones, happy to give that. There's been a lot of good stuff that's been coming out recently, end of the year, all that sort of stuff. Carrie going to take the free kick. Fearless and Devotion with one of their better ones. Welsh Techie and Eat More Chips doing an awesome job. Josh powering through and him and everybody putting together a good set of material. It's been good. Carey, far side, headed down. Oh, I thought that was going to be there for Fevrier, but couldn't get to it. Curls back, put back into the box, and Hull City able to clear. 47 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock now. 47:55 coming up right there. And there's a foul on Carey, and Gelhardt fouls him, and Carey will take another shot from about the same position. Yeah, locker room drama behind that sub. That's Gelhardt. So they've actually somebody else came off because Gelhardt's out there, Balumi's out there, McBurney's out there. That's all 3 of their leading scorers they've thrown out onto the pitch to go and try and get it. So giving up something defensively. Yeah, thanks, Patty. I just saw that one as he was the one who committed the foul, and I finally got triggered that he's there. So they've taken somebody off defensively in favor of going for it. Hopefully Charlton's able to take advantage of that. 35, 40 yards out, long sweeping straight forward, and that's an easy collect for Pander. Ivor Pander. Liam Miller cutting towards the middle. Uncharted territory for him. I don't see him do that very often. He prefers the wing. Edge of the area, Hull City. Left footer. Saved by Kaminsky. More of an awkward shot than a bullet. Kaminsky able to grab that from Gelhardt. Fevrier, too much distance away. And then he went the wrong way and folded left to pick up the player, and Gelhardt took that option. Looking for some Kelman magic as he opted to just lay that one off. Cody. Agent Cody. Gillespie swung in far side, headed up and knocks down Clark with it. 1 touch, 2 touch, and what the flying hell was that?
And he looks like he wants to argue with someone about that shit shot.
Like that, that's his second really bad hook job. Plus, he's had the bad header. You've got to have somebody else that can come on for him, can't you? How many minutes has he had for?
Is he blind?
Like Harry Clark, 25-year-old. No goals, no assists. That's for the season, I guess. I'd have to go to the FB ref for Charlton. Having an absolute shocker of a game as Clark. Coyle moving forward, Hull City on the attack. All the way back, Pander's going to collect. Harry Clark, 0 goals, 2 assists in 1,400 minutes as a midfielder. Charlton with it. Announcers for Charlton starting to get a little nervous that the shape is Charlton getting a little bit too comfortable defensively with a 1-1 scoreboard. Doherty runs up, picks up a loose ball, left-hand side. Fevrier can't run. Can he cross? Oh, it was right there, and he just flashed on the
pass.
Cut through. That was Fevrier with a glorious cross and nibs right there inside the box on a hard ball on the deck, and he just can't get his leg on it. That's in the back of the net if he gets his foot on it.
Too busy using that leg to run.
How dare he use that leg to run?
If he just would have carried it with him and ran with one leg, then he would have been able to kick that.
Well, and the thing for Charlton, too, is they don't need to get a win. The draw's fine. So for them, whole city's going to go for it. But are you going to find Charlton set up defensively as Hull looking for a yellow card, smash it off of the defender who's not 10 yards away? That was a gorgeous pass in, right, Patty? You had one job, not to use your leg for running. Just focus on getting it on the ball. Hull City flashes it up, tries to get it to McBurney. It's headed the other way. Loose ball going to be collected there. Egan, left-hand side. Giles running forward. Miller to his left, decides to hook it into the middle of the pitch, and it's knocked down. Nibs thumps it away. And it's just, this is what we're going to deal with. Is this how this half is going to be? It's going to be Charlton just clear. Safe play, no look to build up. And Hull City going to pin him in, and it's into the box, into the area, and Miller's not there. Kaminsky comes out and grabs it because that's going to make it a nervy second half if you're just going to throw up the flag and say, well, we're going to hold this. We're going to defend our territory. You guys come at us. Just stop running and slide. Yeah. Here's an opportunity. Is that a sub 32? Did I see that number? Yeah, Reese Burke. Oh, he came in the 28th minute that's right. For Sichenje. Right-hand side, Balumi, the substitute, draws it back. Bad pass, everybody collects, but it's coming forward. Liam Miller inside the area, 10 yards out, running towards the middle, right foot, block up. And then shot wide. This is how this is going to be, isn't it? This is how it's going to be. Hull City has come out with more gumption than they had in the first half. That's for sure. But Charlton has said, you know what? Charlton.
Is that Cody
Charlton.
That fell?
Charlton just happy to try to maintain their single point to preserve relegation and stay out of the drop zone. And it was Cody slipping. The announcer saying it has to be us into the final third, but we're laying up. We saying Charlton because we're all addicts for the day. Kaminsky back underway. Come on. Crooks. And here comes Hull City again. Coyle all the way down the right-hand side. Whoa. My feed gets all... Oh, Jesus, and that's going to be a corner. Jones has to rescue that one, thump it up over top. Dangerous. If he gets that wrong, it's in the back of the net. This corner coming from the left-hand side, the side that they scored from in the first half. What is this, corner number 6? Far post this time. Kaminsky able to go up and get that one. Knocks it away. It'll be a throw-in from 9 yards out. That was corner number 6. Miller over on the opposite side. Liam Miller has a long throw in him? I guess he does. Near post. Flicked on. Kaminsky grabs it. Not much in the header from McBurney. Also not much he can do with it. Valley starting to get frustrated. Broadcasters picking up on that. Crooks. Nice little back pass there. Whole City 9 yards out. Cross, no Brown kit. And Clark just with the easy option, flicking it out. The announcer saying they can sense a goal. They've seen this all season long. There's not a lot of positivity on the announcer side. Holy. They're like, the Valley's getting negative. Whole City's picking up their voice. This is not going to end 1-1, not in a million years. Yeah, not the way it's going. Right foot in swinger. Another bullet headed up, and can they get the clear? Knocked down by Kelman, and he's just going to thump it through the air. Yeah, that's Stuart. We were talking about the same thing. I am full confident that we saw a yellow card, and now I don't know if they retroactively took it away. And Coyle's the only Hull City player marked with a yellow card, and that was a completely different incident. Shinchenje and Kaminsky for Charlton, those were completely different incidents. So I don't know what happened because I saw a yellow card out, unless they flashed to a replay of the official holding yellow. It's the only thing I can think of. Middlesbrough still up 3-1. Ipswich still 0-0. We are watching that Ipswich game. You do want Ipswich to score. The reason being is it locks Middlesbrough up outside of the any chance for the automatics going into tomorrow. Even if the results don't go our way today, Southampton not playing. They'll play Ipswich Town on Tuesday. You'll be cheering for Ipswich to beat Southampton. Otherwise, Middlesbrough is going to come into Wrexham with a purpose. Makes the game tomorrow even more important then. Kaminsky, need to find some possession, does Charlton, for a period of time just to get some control of the game. Because right now, it's all downhill at them. Headed up into the air. Looking to grab loose ball collected by Charlton. Fevrier in a battle there with Balumi. Able to grab it. Can he turn? Knocked out, and it'll be a throw-in for Charlton. Even the officials were embarrassed by the McBurney yellow. It shouldn't have been. If it was and we missed it, but well, I'm gonna have to track that afterwards and watch the replay. We're all collectively hallucinating. Ipswich honoring Parky by having subs at the 65th minute. God bless them. Long ball flipped up, 16 yards out. Crooks able to gain possession, looking to curl, and it's going to be a Hull City throw-in 18 yards away from their own goal. Pay for Charlton to go to Vegas? That invite to Coventry was brilliant by Rob. We'll pay for you to go to Vegas. Just got to be back by Sunday, but if you're late, that's okay. Charlton, more possession. Options here. Clark, flip up and too heavy. Take that man off the pitch. Like, it's fascinating that Charlton have Fevrier and Clark, who you know what? They make Issa Kabore look like a god. Maybe I'm too hard on wingbacks. Or wingers, or whatever title you want to give Fevrier and Clark. 3-5-2, 3-4-2-1, I don't know. Flipped up, and that's just thumped down. Charlton is full on in to hold the lead at a win 1-1. It's just random strays. Straight shots. Coyle running forward. Curl around. Is that Balumi with it? Left footer. And Kaminsky, why did you touch it? You know where the goal is. What the fuck are you doing, man? Didn't want to take the chance. Want to play it safe, I guess. But you've got to be able to. You know where the stick is. It's right behind you as you're jumping past it. If you know you can't collect it. Yeah, that was just late. That was poor. Yeah, Mike, I was just saying that 1 point sees off Oxford and Kaminsky easy collect on the corner. Just disappointing, I guess. But what are you gonna? If Hull City does want to score a goal, like I'd rather they get it now. I'm not asking for it, but at least that gives some time for Charlton to go out and get it. And you've got Oxford United sitting there trying not to watch this game and follow along and recognizing their season could end before they even have kickoff today. Ouch. We're not hard on wingbacks because we have PTSD from our own. Subs coming in for Charlton, 62nd minute. I think that's only the third time I've said it all season long, subs prior to the 65th minute outside of injury. In other words, Clark coming off had to do that. If Clark didn't come off, I would have been just not a good day for the man. (19-7). Chambers and Tyrese Campbell nibs off. So that'll be Campbell up front and Chambers over the right side. If Charlton let Hull win this, I hope they go down in an epic failure. Yeah, we immediately turn on Charlton. Just as far as curiosity goes, Oxford, they've got their game today against Sheffield Wednesday. You'd like to think that they can pull out 3 wins there, but then they've got Millwall away next weekend. That's tough. For Charlton, after this game is done, they just have the match on the road against Swansea. On the beach, Swansea, who haven't had a bad second half. They've creeped themselves up into 11th. Charlton, 63.5 minutes in this one coming up now. Jones going to take this one. No, he's going to leave it for Kaminsky. They're going to really step up for this one, are they? Kaminsky's all the way up, just inside the midfield stripe. Going to serve this one up a wall of red about 28 yards out. Far stick. It's a good ball. Headed, flipped on, and Pander over and collects. Absolutely, Swansea could beat Charlton at home, and you're going to go on your laurels. That's not bad. Corner for Charlton from the left-hand side. The recent sub, Campbell, busting it down the left-hand side with a cross that gets blocked down. Ipswich is getting outplayed by Brom. Great, then let them come down to us. I just don't want Middlesbrough to have anything to play with. So, I mean, that just the only thing that sucks about it is now we really are cheering for Middlesbrough to beat Southampton. That's going to be a tough ask, or else we're going to have Middlesbrough coming in to the Kairos with some intention. Left-footed out swinger being served up here. I don't know who's over the ball. Hard delivery. That was actually a good delivery. It was curled right there, but McBurney able to get his noggin on it and flicked on, collected. And that's the sub Balumi heads it down the pitch. Wait, that looked like Clark still. Didn't he come off? I thought Clark came off. It wasn't Clark. It was Carey. Odd. I missed that.
Yeah, it was Carey that came off and nibs.
Bugger. I was like, the guy who makes the mistake and he's your last man back defensively on the set pieces.
Carey wasn't playing well either, so.
Cheltenham's kickoff here in an hour for them. Young, Ashfield, and Bickers are on. Mo Fall on the bench. our farm club over in Cheltenham. Liam Miller collects the ball, running forward towards the middle of the pitch. Interestingly, he doesn't usually opt to run towards the middle of the pitch. He likes to stay on the wing, but that's twice he's done it in the second half. Brought over, looking for a cross. It's lifted up, and that's just straight out. Goal kick, Kaminsky. That wasn't that good from Coyle. Good run, good pass to give him an option, and Coyle just, the cross, nowhere close to being into it. Just lifted up, and no question asked. To old Wrexham. It's going to be interesting. I mean, for Ashfield, if we stay in the championship, I think he's that level player. I think he can come up and play in the championship. I'm very bullish on Harry. We go up, and he's going to have to move on somewhere. The pendulum less leaning one way. Campbell, loose ball. Fevrier comes up, collects it for Charlton. He's going to run towards the wing. He's got an outlet if he wants to take it. Instead, he cuts towards the middle. He's going to have an option here. Left footer. Scores! Fevrier. I insulted him well enough, I guess, at the start of the game, and gave him the superhero powers because of the insult. The slow, lumbering tank of a man with no agility finds a way to on the outside of the box and beat a man and plops it onto the left-hand side and leaves Pander to just take his head. Unreal from Fevrier, only because I don't think the man has it, but today he does. Second goal of this season for Jaden Fevrier. Mr. February, if you will. He took out two men. Just touch. Everybody was shocked, and just a seeing eye shot, nothing that can be done with them from Pander. And man, that's horrible from Giles and Egan. Brendan, stop. I missed what Brendan said.
No, I did the Deandra yes goal thing. She does like it when I use her as one of
and I don't know. I don't get to hear the triggers that are going on in the background. You can have somebody that like an audio that insults me every time. Don't tell Shaun, but he sucks, and I would never know. I would never know. Liam Miller being subbed off. Hull City making immediate changes in answer. And that's their second window used. They had to bring in Paddy McNair early on. Balumi came in the window, and now they've blasted off their second window. I don't know where Jaden Fevrier came from, but I'll tell you what. I don't think you were here, Josh, when I was doing it, but I was taking shots at Jaden Fevrier because of his poor pace and just clumsy touches. And as happened with Vicente a couple of games ago, I insulted him throughout the game, and then he found an amazing goal and screwed us. But yes, with Stockport, 5 goals last season for Stockport. Long throw. Jones clears it. Balumi, big save. Kaminsky, full stretch, has to get over to the far stick as that was crossed over by Balumi. Nowhere near the worldie that Kelman had, but that had the opportunity right at the edge of the area, 20 yards out. And would that hit woodwork? I don't know, but it was damn close. Headed away there. And so let's go through the subs if they've updated. They haven't updated. Campbell knocks it back. Doherty. Charlton now feeling all spry. Suddenly on the front foot. Campbell decides to settle it down and go back to the center back kickabout. Let that clock tick, folks, as Hull City on the mad run and Kaminsky 30 yards out plays it over. Jones. Ooh. Free kick. Late challenge on Giles. That was Clark. He'd be a better runner without the fridge on his back. Well done, Kim. Gold. Absolute gold. Could be hard on the man, but so far one of the potentially more important ones for Wrexham season. It is not as fun when we don't have Deandra on Sundays, right? And Deandra, are you going to join me for the women's draw on the 18th? I mean, we won't know who any of the teams are. I don't even think I can pronounce half of the clubs that are going to be in that first qualifying draw for the UEFA Championship. But Elvis, now you ask too much. If Fevrier can score, then LOB can score tomorrow. Oh, headshot. Blowing it down. Cody. Agent Cody. Doing it all. Taking it off the noggin. Right off the side of the bean. It's what I know, right? Wait until you get to one where it's like kick, save, and a beauty.
Oh, that hit him in the side, not even in the head.
Bing. Oh, well done by him. Thank you, Agent Cody, for
killing clock.
Your service to the town. Oh boy, Crooks with it, brings it back. Egan slides it forward. Crooks. Man, FOTMOB is really slow today. I don't have who the Hull City subs were that came in yet. Crooks, Hull City marching forward 73 minutes. It's still there for Crooks. Flipped on. He thought that didn't continue the run. And so it's turned over there. And holy, Jones, center back with that kind of footwork. But he doesn't get the clear and it's knocked down. 10 yards entry. Kaminsky. I think he was looking for McBurney's head and said he found Kaminsky's arms. Right-hand side, far post, searching for the Miller sub. So we know that much. Kyle Joseph in. Kyle Joseph in for Liam Miller over on the left-hand side. Slater came in, and I believe he came in for, Ajay. So they're just running three in the back and brought forward another person having to go for the goal immediately after they scored. So that's midfielder Slater instead of Ajay. Three in the back. Middlesbrough up 4-1 now. Downside for that, also adding to their goal differential. They're gonna be keen. They're not gonna be on the beach. We're down. Had 4 variables to get there. Millwall puts a win in, didn't. Drew. Ipswich puts a win in, not. They're drawing. Middlesbrough losing, they're not. They're winning. Or now we're left to the final option on Tuesday for that game to mean nothing, and that's the Southampton Ipswich Town game. Which, if the results all stay the same and we don't get a late goal by Ipswich, we'll be cheering for Ipswich to put Middlesbrough into a position where they're resting players and not shooting for autos. Crazy. 75 minutes, Charlton with it heavy. That was an ugly pass. Was that from Cody? Eesh. A little too strong, they say. Here I was thinking it would be a cold in February for Charlton to score, and they pop up 2. Elvis is going for aspirin. Hull City cut out, interception over to the left-hand side to Giles. And even with their 3 in the back, Giles and Coyle still doing what they do and eking forward on the left and right side, respectively. Slater over to Egan, right-hand side. Penalty area thumped away. Even Egan's coming forward. Who's staying back? Counter-attack goal. That's what's coming, right? Is Coyle, the right back, all the way forward, 18 yards out, throws it in. It gets knocked back. Balumi, Coyle playing with it. 6 yards, crosses there. Kaminsky up and collects it over top of 2 forwards running forward. Balumi and Joseph. Poetica were relying on another Charlton match for promotion. See, the Hollywood scriptwriters, they've already made the documentary, and I've said this is like now probably like the 12th time I've said it. It's still going to be Southampton and Wrexham in Wembley. And they're going to play, remember how we got beat down and all that sort of stuff, and we're going to get some crazy, strange, weird goal, and it's going to put us into the Prem. That's how it's been authored. It's been approved by the script writers. They're just yet to film it. Clark has it, gets it back. What's the sub names there? 32. Burke. Throw in for Charlton. Are they going to go for it? Long throw, or are they going to play safe? Yeah, my Kaminsky. Third window.
Kumas.
Lewis Kumas.
$60-40 on possession so far.
He was born in Chester, but he was raised in Wrexham, wasn't he? Throw in. That was right there for Kelman. Doesn't get a left footer opportunity, and he pulled the muffin cannon out. Soft little floater in the pander. I'm not worried about Norwich because only 1 point sets them off. If we can't get a point to put Norwich away, the biggest fear for me is if we don't get a point and Hull City with the loss here, that makes it dangerous for that game in Middlesbrough because you've got now a game that likely matters for Middlesbrough. And you're cheering. It has to be a draw for Wrexham to get the result. Because if Norwich wins, they jump if we lose both games. If Hull City wins, they jump if we lose both games. And so I just don't like that as a variable. And that ignores what Derby County does because they'll be licking their chops being only 4 points back. The likelihood of no points to Hull, no points to Wrexham over the 4 games is highly unlikely. So, Natasha, Charlie, thanks for joining in. Much appreciated. Yeah, but we've got Cov who's celebrating. I mean, unless they do swung in, dangerous. Just come back to the conversation about Coventry and Middlesbrough and where we're at as Hull City storming around the box. Cleared out, it'll be a corner over to the right-hand side. I was saying the last time that a team had locked up the championship title in advance of the final day was Burnley in 2021-2022. And in that, they had 2 games left, one at home and one on the road. So similar to what Coventry has. They're at home and then they're on the road. And for their home game, they had sort of the final send-off game where they put all their starters out, gave them the opportunity to celebrate and soak it in and all that sort of stuff. And they went for it. Burnley won both of those games. And so is they going to do that? Or are they going to, at home tomorrow, put out their full roster to sort of as the swan song and the celebration moment with the championship, with the trophy being in the barn? I don't know. Or is Coventry not going to be on it? The thing about it is, and Parkey has stated this explicitly, in the championship, if a team is even 5% off, that's enough to jeopardize the game. We've beaten Cov before, but we've got actually good history against Coventry. And if they're just a little bit off and looking towards the end of the season and the Prem and whether they're going to sign and be a part of that story, hopefully their head's not in it. The Middlesbrough game had all right and entitlement to be an absolutely nothing game for Middlesbrough. The results aren't going our way, and it looks like it may indeed, barring Ipswich with a late one, which they're up to the 90th minute. So unless Ipswich gets one late, you're looking at the Tuesday game, and then you need Ipswich to go and grab 3 points against Southampton so that game means nothing. All 4 results looking like it's possible. They go against Wrexham in that last game meaning nothing. So now the expectation was it was a nothing game. Now it looks like it's going to be a real one with Middlesbrough looking to try and get automatics, which I was looking more for Middlesbrough based on their form. You look at them, a loss prior to the game last week, they were on a bad run of form. Is that Balumi who entered that one, who slapped that one in? Gillespie gets it out, and are we able to get the clear? It's freed up and blocked there, and that's going to skew out for a throw. 83rd minute. We beat better teams on counterattack, so Middlesbrough looking to attack for autos is not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, the truth there. I can't deny that we are or have been a counterattacking team. I would always, I think, take a team on the beach. I don't know. And especially because I think they'd rest a bunch of their players, right? If not going for autos, and you've got a week to everybody with a niggling injury is sitting on the bench. Kaminsky, misplayed. It's in the back of the net. Got to go. Oh, missed it. Missed kick. Kaminsky comes out to get that, completely botches the punch away. Wide open net sitting there staring at you. And you can't punch it in if you're Paddy McNair, the defender who's playing out of position because Matazzo went out. That's like slapping Kluwerth into the box and expecting, you know what I mean? Like, maybe a little bit unfair on, will there be much extra time? There has been less injury. You got the headshot to Cody. It went down less than the 7 minutes, but I'd guess because it's at the end of the second half, you're saying probably 5. There's a lot there from Natasha. Going to champions who are already celebrating, who's motivated to grind out a result against a desperate side is generally questionable. Then coming home to the race course. And I'm assuming that's going to say, and having a team that's coming up and trying to get autos also raises things. I fully, Wrexham in form, if they play like they have in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I have full trust that they can eke out a result and take it. If we see what we've seen during that loss of form when Matty James was out, and we completely shit ourselves in the first half, we're done. Interestingly, too, not Fearless in Devotion, Rob Ryan Red talking about Matty James. He was playing in boots that are 2 sizes too big to allow for his toe that's still giving him issues to be out there. So he's the soldier marches on. Trench foot, call it. Squeaky bum time. Swung across, knocked down, headed around, and cleared. Agent Cody, he's going to be everywhere for us. Don't worry about it. This feels like a Parky Wrexham match. We're just going to sit back and let them come at us into the area, knocked out, throw in. That's Agent Cody with the right footer to clear it out, and it'll be a throw in from 4 yards out. Secret agent man. Balumi lining up the long throw. The referee saying, that's where you go, towards the goal. Thanks, guy. Jones headed out. Campbell advances it on. Nobody, no red kit out there to collect it as we're all packed in. Charlton, all packed in to the 18-yard box. That's a... Ooh, I thought that was going to be well over top, but it came down and asked the question to Kaminsky. Pucker power nowhere near the levels that we have it during a Wrexham game, but it's still starting to clinch anyways. Number 99. Oh, just missed that one. Charlton corner coming is Lyndon Dykes trying to channel his inner Wayne Gretzky wearing the number 99. Left foot touch, collects the ball, right foot slap. And it would have gone in, just did get touched by Pander. I think you're preaching exactly what Josh was saying there, Sharky. Onward, Campbell taking his time. I don't know, Fevrier, what your yellow card accumulation is like, but feel free to waste time. He's gonna play it short. Campbell, Fevrier, 18 yards out. Campbell running towards the middle of the pitch, lays it off for Agent Cody. Back out to Fevrier. Let that time click away. Rochdale scores. Is that 1-0? Campbell. Nice. Deflected back to Campbell. Goes out and we'll get another corner. Rochdale, one of the two teams at my very first ever EFL game. Rochdale versus Doncaster Rovers and Donny. A 5-1 drubbing in 2019. 5 minutes into extra time. Limbs everywhere, I imagine. Sharky's wrapped up in Tukin Scarface. Charlton, 18-yard box, right foot blocked down. And here comes Balumi. Ends up stealing it. Crooks battles through the midfield to free that one up. Free kick coming just inside the midfield stripe. They're going to take it quick, and the referee says, no, you're not. I'm going to let time click off the clock. And I think that was a bad word said his way. Full jersey grab on that one. The professional foul on Balumi. Would Ryan and Rob be watching this? Well, certainly not me. But I would expect them to be watching somewhere. Cut back pass coming. You can see it. Oh, wow. He mailed that. It's to the moon. The Artemis 2 delivery. And it's going to be a Charlton throw over on the right-hand side. I'll take a draw, Charlie. We'll take a draw. I mean, everybody else is not really. Charlton, the only team helping out Wrexham today so far. Middlesbrough decided they wanted to control their own destiny. Millwall decided that they're completely fucking useless in their game yesterday against Leicester, and that was a boring game to watch. Ipswich Town can't do anything against West Brom. I mean, on the beach, West Brom, and you can't take them out. Hey, maybe we've got chances. I love this time wasting. 6 minutes of added time. Here's the question that I've got for, and I forgot his name. I have to bring the chat back up for the Norwich fan here. Charlie. Ahmed didn't slide into the last one. I haven't seen the lineup for this one and whether he's sliding in here. And I haven't heard anything about an injury. I don't think he's fallen out of favor given how he's been playing. So are they somebody said that maybe they're resting him for Canada for the World Cup, which I think has absolutely no bearing on it. But I'm curious. Maybe I could answer that question myself if I go and find out what Norwich City Twitter says for their lineup. If I didn't have things to do, maybe because of all the results, I wasn't going to watch the Norwich City game, but maybe I do. Something went wrong. It's not my fault. Thank you, Twitter, for that. Did he fall out of favor? Is he injured? Where's Ali Ahmed again? And where's Toure? Interesting. Oh wait, I was looking at the wrong club. Toure's on. Ahmed's on the bench. All right.
Wow, 135 people in here on a non-Wrexham game.
On a non-Wrexham game. Hey, end of the season stuff, right? Left-hand side. Whole city. This is that. Who was talking about it earlier and said, nervous energy can creep into this. Yeah, I saw that there. Thanks, Charlie. Did he have a knock? Because if I recall correct, he wasn't even in the lineup for the last one. Couldn't figure out why, because I thought that he's been doing quite well. There you go. Hull can make it up next season against Spurs. The Cush with the beauty. 4.5 minutes, plus there will be a little bit of added time because Charlton was on the deck. Hull City coach throwing the arms up, frustrated. Jaden Fevrier, Mr. February, doing it all. Cody bangs it off of the head. It's going to go in for a throw. Just let that clock tick away. Elvis, another TV and an extra case of beer. All right. Full time. Ipswich. Fascinating. I did not see. How do you predict the championship? Because if you would have told me, pick your games that you're near certain of what the outcome was going to be, Ipswich Town firing for automatics ahead of a game on Tuesday against Southampton. They're beating the absolute tar out of West Brom, and they can't. Fascinating. Yeah, especially if he's got a knock. Dykes in the battle. Draws it back. Jones slaps it forward, trying to get it to Campbell. Coyle heads it forward. Doherty steps on the foot. And we'll get... Was that a throw-in or is that a foul? Cody sacrificing the head, sacrificing the toes. Yeah. I mean, I'll eat my words. I don't flicked on, thought his teammate was healthy. His teammate's walking off the injury. I mean, it's certainly the results have been there. But if I was a Norwich City fan before this weekend and was looking at what I needed to have for results, I'm thinking there's no way. And I mean, it's turned out roses for them so far. We'll see what happens with Swansea and whether the South Walians can help out the North. Just need a draw. Just need a draw. And I'm tempted to get on the chat with the wife and be like, can I go back to back? I can't. I got stuff to do. Josh, jump on and do the Norwich Swansea watch along. I can't. It becomes suddenly relevant. I think to think that Wrexham was not going to get a point against Coventry and Middlesbrough is just asinine. Fevrier forwarded on. It's a 2-on-1 break. Coyle gets back.
That was Cody, who can't run for.
Cody full speed. Smoke billowing behind him. The wheels coming off. He's trying. He's still back. He's still not back. Get those wheels moving, Cody. Come on. Jones heads it away. 15 seconds plus. to score another one for the goal differential. Sharky's getting greedy. No way. York equalizes? Oh, the National League. 103rd minute equalizer. What? Low into the area. Keeper's all the way up. Empty goal. Give it to him. Campbell's got to stay on side. Fevrier! Oh, and he can't score. It's cleared off the line. There was your shot for the goal differential. I was like... I can't even with this game. Fevrier runs it 80 yards. Doesn't give it to Campbell. He's going to score this, he says. I'm Mr. February. And then it gets cleared off the line. Just tap it in full time. Charlton safe another season in the championship. Full time. Hull City drops. Thank you, Charlton. You gorgeous Addicks. Wonderful result in the Valley. The door is open for Wrexham now. We know what we need to do tomorrow. And the good news about the Middlesbrough game happening today is if you're Wrexham, you also know that that game the following week is now really going to mean something to Middlesbrough. So you've got, this is the only game you have with a team on the beach. And yes, it's away. And yes, it's the champions. But you need to go out and get a result. 1 point sees off Norwich. Depending on the Derby result that Derby County playing later on, depending on that outcome, 1 win sees off Derby. And if you gain 3 points, you are completely in the driver's seat going forward. Just looking at the stats really quickly before we're going to jump off on this one. 61% possession it went through, 14 shots, 12 advantage Hull, 7 shots on target, advantage Charlton City, 1 big chance missed, and I'm assuming that that's the last one from Mr. February. Passing, not a lot of passes in the second half. I'm just sitting there looking, they're celebrating like they won the league here. Crazy. I mean, I get relief, but fascinating. These are the scenes you want to see week in, week out. I don't know if I mean, for me, I'm applauding and I'm feeling relief, but I don't know if I'm being that happy. 142 passes, 72 passes for Charlton in the second half. Crazy. Touches in the box, 22-20 is Charlton. Brendan, anything to add to that one?
No, it's I'm just trying not to jinx anything, like this is this was everything that we hoped for today, right?
Well, we got the main outcome that we wanted, we got. Everything else did not go our way. Yeah,
but right now it takes a little pressure off us, and I'm still I'm excited for tomorrow's game. This was great.
Big one, goal differential stays at 3. So if you draw tomorrow, it stays at 3. You win, you're at least up to 4. You can't lose big against Coventry if that's the route that you're going to go. It's 4:00 in the morning, kickoff Pacific, 7:00 Eastern, 12 noon in the UK, which I think makes it 11 on the dot in Sydney, Australia, just off the top of my head. Matches to watch, you've got Derby playing QPR. If they end up losing that one, they're out. And for Norwich City, they're playing Swansea City later. If they draw or lose that, they're out. And so in a perfect world, two more results that we can get and put into our back pocket. But the main one, Charlton Athletic, there to help us out. And I will say this about their management office, the best in the championship. You look at, and this isn't the management as in the on-field stuff. This is the back of house. Charlton Athletic has the best team in the championship for promotions and kit and marketing and that sort of stuff. They don't have the power of Rob and Ryan behind them, but they weaponize what they've got.
You know what I think they just did today? Charlton just won free lifetime tickets to the circus. Anytime they want.
Well done. Well done. We win 1-0 versus Coventry, and we can lose 3-0 to Middlesbrough and make it into the playoffs. Yeah, depending on the whole result. Oh no, yeah, depending on the whole result, right? Because if they could make that up as well. But I'm with you. When we can, it's possible on that outcome as long as Hull City also ends up. They'd have to win. They'd get 1, so it could be a 2-0 loss. But it's look, we're here tomorrow at 4. We will know exactly what to do. Hopefully Derby and Norwich can end their own seasons today, and that gets set. And then we've got 2 matches and 2 options, 2 outlets to end up grabbing. 4 points gets us there without having to even worry about what anybody else does. And that can start with 3 points against Cov tomorrow. Hull has imploded. Like I said, since week 20, since our game against Hull City, they have been in the playoffs the entire time, in the top 6 the entire length of the season, and 3 weeks before that, until last week. And now they've just completely dropped it. Just went out. That's the message, and we'll be here for it tomorrow. Thanks, everybody, for being a part of this one. I'd love to stay for forgot that Hull was allowed to score. Allowed, but it doesn't mean that they will. Just as a reminder, in case you weren't aware, I think everybody is, it's Hull and Norwich City in Hull. That's why the scary part about this outcome, and the one that I really don't like, especially if Wrexham don't get good results, is if we go in 70 points and Norwich is able to defeat Norwich City's got Swansea today. They're able to get 3 points against Swansea City. They're at 67 points. Norwich City has the goal differential advantage. And so that match against Hull, even if we didn't win, we are hoping for them to get a draw. And I don't like that as the option where you're cheering for a draw. So that's the part that makes me nervous and makes it all the more reason why I need Wrexham to send Norwich off today if Norwich doesn't do it themselves, courtesy of the Swansea. So I'm just going to check the chat before we sign off here. Thanks, John. Appreciate everybody there joining in. Go back to bed. Enjoy. Have yourselves a wonderful one. And we will be back at it tomorrow. Thank you, Charlton. Much appreciation. Love all of you. Enjoy the evening. See you tomorrow. Take care.